Welcome. Thank you for joining me on this amazing program today. Wherever you are connecting from, I welcome you to this very. It is another day for us to preach the gospel of freedom. Another day for us to give the word of encouragement to Biafrans. Another day for us to speak to the world and tell the world the true situation of things in Biafra land. I welcome everyone that is going to come across this video for the very first time, the people who are going to join us later, and the people who are already here. I welcome every one of you. Before we go deep into the message of the day, as always, we have to start our message by playing our inspiring music. That music is so important to us that it inspires us before we get into the main topic of the day. Let's listen to this amazing song.
Those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb were born. You do this very well. You must be very, very strong. When the Boroku, Nijimwero Mekumu Biafra, when the Siputa, Makamwero Mekanyinaga, Biko Kulien, Ogeruo, Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo. Oh, when Boroku, Makamwero Wangi. Oh, when Buruchekwa, Makamwero Wemu Biafra, Biko Kulien, Ogeruo, Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo. The spirit of Biafra, Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. When the Biafra Kidiepume, Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. O Amadike no na donjon, Umukekweki Heremeyae. Bodike, Mbosike Rura Jobalike. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile, Master Simon M. It wants to smooth the street Gabaniru Naibu. Never done that for my Ebudo. Master Simon M. Emesu Wokwere Onyendu. Iye Jamalike Ruo. Imokwa Simon M. Iye Jamalike Ruo. Simon M. Atakatabo. Ojuda Kwenyi. Mwikwere Onyendu Kine Betata. I will follow you. Never look back. I will follow you. Prime Minister, I will follow you. I will follow you. The question is this: if Nigerian government failed to organize referendum for children of Biafra, are you ready to lead us to do anything in order to get freedom from Biafra? And I'm going to be number one to follow you. If you are looking for 100 men, you will find 50 in me. Okwe Bucharangwe, Master Simon Efa, or Gene. Master Simon Efa, Biko, GC, Kaka, Nobu, Atakata, Kaina, Ojuda, Uwe, Kwipolonyendu, Gine, Menata. I am 50 men, oh yes, and I said, I will follow you. will follow you. I will follow you. I will follow you. What's oh, Madike Biafra, Dahi Boroka Biarole. Iye Jamadike, Biafra Republic Government Awukie. Iye Jamadike, Commander General Lekweshiri. General Buduso, Sona Atakatawo. Commander Holy Ghost, Okunyendu Borokunu Nasatata. Biko Kuye, Kuye Nuo, Oke Nuo. Biko Kuye, Iye Jamadike, Oke Nuo. Biko Kuye, Kuye Nuo, Oke Nuo. Biko Kuye, Iye Jamadike, Oke Nuo.
Maka Biafra, we're putara anyị onye ndu die Simon Eba Obatobie.
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me on this very program today. I appreciate you wherever you are joining us from. I welcome you and I thank you for being part of this program. Wherever you are joining from, thank you so much for being part of the program. I welcome you and I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every single one of us. If you are joining us from Biafran land, special thanks goes to you. You are joining us from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada. Whichever part of the world you are joining us from, I welcome you, I appreciate you, and I thank you for being part of the program. Thank you so much for joining us. And I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of us. For those who are joining us for the very first time, I want you to know that this is a platform that is under the Biafra Republic of Exile. A platform under the command of our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, and the Supreme Commander of Master Dandekan. I welcome you once again. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people. We don't come here to attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to encourage Biafrans to continue to hold on to their freedom. We come to this platform to bring the plight of the Biafran people before the whole world and let the whole world know what is going on in Biafra land. In this very platform, we stand with everyone that is genuinely seeking for freedom. As long as you are seeking for freedom and you are seeking for freedom genuinely, we are with you. And we are going to stand shoulder to shoulder with you till the end. In this platform, every time we come here, what we do is to bring the situation of the restoration of Biafra before you, to remind you of your responsibility and to tell the world our decision as Biafrans. We, the Biafran people, have decided that we are going to take our freedom. We have decided that we're going to be free. We have decided that we will not be held down. No matter how the enemies try to shut us up, they try to shut us down, no matter the attack they are sending to us from east, west, north, and south, trying to hold us not to expand, that will not stop us from speaking. We will continue to speak. Every morning, I will always come here to interact with my fellow Biafrans. And anyone that is watching us, you have the right to use that link. You click the link and join me on the platform to speak your mind, air your opinion, say your prayers, ask your question. Whatever contribution you have, just click that link and come in. You must not be a Biafran for you to click. If you are one Nigerian, you are still welcome. If you are from other part of the world, you are welcome. Ask your question. Make your contributions. If there are things you have heard about us that you want to confirm, go ahead, come on and make your confirmation. When you join us on this platform, we only urge you to please appear decent and make sure that you keep your argument civil. Whatever contribution you have to make, keep it civil. Do it in a civil manner so that the world will understand you, so that the Biafra Republic of Nigeria will also understand you, because the world is watching. The cabinet of Biafra is watching, and our Prime Minister is also watching. So whatever you say in this platform will be taken note of. You are all welcome once again. I appreciate everyone who has connected. And today we are going to go straight to the discussion of today. I'm not going to take much of your time. It's going to be a quick one. So we're going to talk about the happenings in the restoration of Biafra. We are in the last days of Biafra. It says the last days of Biafrans in Nigeria. Biafra Republic of Prime Minister, the Liberator. We are in the last minutes, in the last days in that country called Nigeria. If you are a Biafran and you don't know that we are in the last days, I am sorry for you. If you are a Biafran, truly a Biafran, and you don't know that we are in the last days of Biafra, I'm sorry for you because you are lost. And if you have not woken up to this spirit, I don't know when you're going to wake up. Because Biafrans are moving ahead and we are going home. No amount of propaganda or blackmail is going to draw us back. No distraction is going to set us back. We are focused on our direction. And what is that direction? The direction of freedom. And no man born of a woman is going to stop us from having our freedom. We're in the last days in that contraption called Nigeria. And every time they display it and show you that you are not part of Nigeria, the more you continue to force yourself to be part of Nigeria, they will continue to let you know that you are not part of Nigeria. It does not matter how you feel, what you think, you can continue to pretend in order to protect your loot. You can continue to pretend in order to preserve your evil source of income. You can continue to pretend to preserve your fraud. You can continue to tell yourself lies, but it does not change the reality of the day. The reality is that Biafrans are out of the contraption called Nigeria and they are going. It's going to be made official very soon. It's not made official. So those of you who are attacking Biafrans, those of you who don't want to see Biafrans, those of you who feel that Biafrans are their problem, don't worry. In a very short while, you will not see us anymore. In a very short while, you will have your Nigeria all to yourself and do what you want to do. I'm only sorry for the Biafrans who have not yet keyed into this very restoration because they want to make themselves a sacrificial lamb. If you are a Biafran at this point in time, you have not started thinking home. You have not started packing up your bag and baggages. I pity you because you don't know what you're doing. You do not know what you're doing. It is very clear that you are not wanted in Nigeria. You can continue to force yourself to be part of Nigeria. You are not wanted anywhere. The earlier you realize it, the earlier you understand this, embrace it, and walk out of the contraption called Nigeria, the better for you. The earlier you understand this and walk out of that contraption, the better for you. You are not wanted anywhere. Today we are seeing their latest attack that is going viral. There is a viral video that we are seeing everywhere. They are talking about the APs. Even though the APs, these are some of them who have decided to stand against Biafra. Onyema is standing against Biafra. Even when Nigeria continues to frustrate him and let him know that he is not part of Nigeria, he wouldn't agree, wouldn't accept that. Regardless how Onyema has tried to force himself into one Nigeria, they continue to punish him every blessed day. They continue to punish him. The effort a Biafran will put to create development in Nigeria, this is something you will not use half of that effort for you to establish yourself in a safe country. The effort the Biafrans are putting in to be seen as innocent, to be seen, to be making impact, you cannot put that same effort in a safe country. And the effort that a full animal will put in Nigeria to be seen and respected, the effort that somebody will put to be seen and respected, a Biafran will put triple of that effort and yet he will not be respected or accepted. This is a truth that we continue to deal with you. More especially those of you Biafrans who refuse to accept who they are. The more you continue to reject your identity, the more they continue to punish you. And I don't pity you. I have no pity on you. Because Chukwu have shown you your path. That you are not part of this people. They have told you in their language, they told you in words, in action, in everything they do, they tell you that you are not part of them. And yet you continue to force yourself into that environment. Look at that Onyema. Today they are attacking his airline simply because he showcased the tradition of his own people among his crew. An airline owned by a Biafran, and that Biafran decided to use his own native attire for his crew members. It became a problem. It became a problem. It became a source of attack. That has become a crime that he has committed. And you go online, you see how they are bashing him. People are talking. Simply because he decided to use the traditional dress of his own kingsmen. This is his business that he established. It's a private business that he is running to showcase the so-called one Nigeria. He has done several things. He has made different moves on behalf of the one Nigeria to go and rescue their citizens in all parts of the world, free. He has made several moves at all times on behalf of Nigeria, and he has continued to represent their so-called one Nigeria. But one single thing he has done to bring his own kingsmen in, which is representing them with their uniform, the Isiago. Only that alone, wearing Isiago has become a crime in Nigeria. I don't know how you want them to tell you that you are not part of them before you will understand. I do not know how you want them to tell you that you are not part of Nigeria before you understand. In the same vein, our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekan, demanded that he wants to wear his traditional attire. He wants to wear his traditional attire, Isiago to be precise. Their court prevented Mazen Nandekan from wearing Isiago, a traditional cloth of the Igbo people. Traditional clothes of the Igbo people have been outlawed in Nigeria, in their court. In their court, they prevented Mazen Nandekan from wearing his traditional attire. That is how bad it is. And some of you, when you see these things, you think it's normal. When you see it, you think it's ordinary. You don't care because it's not happening to you. Today, look at APs. APs that you know that he's the one Nigerian is. In fact, he doesn't talk much about his people. He doesn't care about his people. Today, only simple because he attacked the traditional dress of the Igbos in his airline. That has become a problem. The airline is not owned by Nigeria. The airline is owned by an Igbo man, and he decided to showcase his Igbo tradition, their dress, among his crew members. It became a problem. But the Super Eagle of Nigeria, went outside the country to represent Nigeria, and they were wearing the Northern Fulani, they were wearing the Fulani traditional dress. This is a national team. National team of Nigeria went to represent Nigeria, and they were wearing traditional dress of the Fulanis, and nobody saw anything wrong with it. This is a national team representing the country, not a tribe. The national team of Nigeria. Nigerian national team went to represent Nigeria wearing the traditional dress of the Fulanis. This is not even the first time. And nobody sees anything wrong with it. But a private business owned by Igbo man gave his crew, the crew member, the traditional dress to wear. It became a problem. Some of them began to pray for his fall. Attacks began to come from east, west, north, and south. They complained about the dish he prepared in the airline. Why would he prepare his traditional dish in the airline? This is how evil Nigeria is. As long as you, as a Biafran, continue to remain in Nigeria, there is no witchcraft that will hold you down than Nigeria. Some of you Biafrans are looking for witchcraft that is pursuing you. The only witchcraft today that is holding a Biafran man down, eating a Biafran man to death, is Nigeria. Nigeria is the only witchcraft that is holding a Biafran down, making sure that you don't succeed or survive. The earlier you understand this as a Biafran, the better for you. You can continue to pretend as all I care. This very Onyema, if Onyema were to be a northerner, there will be no other flight to compete with him. If Onyema were to be a northerner, he will be celebrated in Nigeria like no man business. The same way they are celebrating Dangote today. Even with the stealing and looting at the expense of the poor people, Dangote become rich, and yet they are celebrating him. But look at a Biafran man working his ass up to showcase the country to the world. At the end of the day, what it brings is disgrace, attack, insult, dehumanization, and hatred. Nigeria is not for you. Every Biafran should understand that Nigeria is not for you. Stop forcing yourself into Nigeria. Nigeria is not for you. It does not matter how you want to reason it. It doesn't matter how you want to look at it. Nigeria is not for you. And the Fulanis are not hiding it. They know. They're not hiding it. These are strangers that came from other countries. They have no base in Nigeria. And they are trying by all means to get a land that they will call their own. And look at you, selling your birthright to foreigners. And you don't see anything wrong with it. We, the Biafran agitators, we see everything wrong with it. And we know we have overstayed our welcome. That is why the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria today, is leading the restoration of Biafra. We have gotten to the end of the road. It does not matter the name you call our Prime Minister. It does not matter your blackmail against him. If you like, send all the suicide bombers you have in Nigeria to him. They will never bring him down. And we are not going to stop. The declaration of the restoration of Liberator State of Biafra is going to happen in 2nd of December in this year 2024. No man born of a woman can stop it. Your wishful thinking cannot stop it. You can continue to predict, you can continue to convince yourself that it's not happening. It is going to happen before you. The same way you woke up and you saw that Biafran digital currency is in the market. That is how you wake up and you discover that Biafra now is a nation of their own and independent. Today, the Biafran Bank have given those who are in cryptocurrency, trading with Biafran coin, 18% interest. The Biafran Bank in crypto is giving 18% interest to all those who are going to invest on Biafran coin. We are making progress. And our Biafran coin is equivalent to $1. And the Prime Minister has promised that it is going to be stable. We will do everything humanly possible to see that it's stable and even stronger. Fellow Biafrans, the earlier you wake up and face the reality of the day, the better for you. Nigeria is not for you. Stop wasting your time. Stop confusing yourself. Stop putting yourself where you do not belong. We don't belong here. You are not a Nigerian. As long as you are from the old southeastern region, the present south-south, the southeast and the lower Benue, you are not a Nigerian. You are a Biafran. You can give yourself any name you like. It is up to you. But the fact remains that you are not a Nigerian. You are a Biafran. It is a shame that even at this moment, those that call themselves elites, celebrities, are still hiding, shying away from their responsibility, shying away from whom they are. And I bet you it is going to be too late before they wake up. Today, the restoration of Biafra is in the hand of Chukwu Okikabia. So it does not matter what anybody says or what anybody does. It doesn't matter whether you support the Biafra or you don't support it. It is coming. No man born of a woman is going to stop it. No matter how you try, you can never, ever stop the coming of Biafra. The Prime Minister of Biafra, the Republic of Israel, Simon Ekpa, didn't make himself. Chukwu Okikabia placed him on that position. And he has continued to do what he had to do. When Mazen Nandekano said that some of us are unbridled, today you can see. If you don't know anybody that is unbridlable in this struggle today, you can see Mazen Nandekano and the Prime Minister. They have thrown everything against them, threw everything to them. They have thrown everything to them. And they said no. Even at the expense of their life, they continue to fight for you, continue to fight for me. What else do you want them to do? What else are you expecting? We are in the last days in the contraption called Nigeria. We are in that last days, and we will thank Chukwu Okikabia that has sent out a liberator. The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Israel, he is the liberator. There is no doubt about that. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you. You don't need a prophet to tell you, or a native doctor to tell you that he is the man. All you need to do is to apply your common sense and watch everything he is doing. Today, you can see the way they are pushing propaganda, blackmail, attacks. You can see the way they are parading themselves, printing flyers to convince Biafrans against it, because they know that the Biafra government is in charge in Biafra. It is no longer, there's no doubt about it. They know very well. That is why today they have gone to the extent of printing flyers, and they think that will convince Biafrans know what they want. Any Biafra that is of age today know what he or she wants. And they know their stance in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Nigeria is not for you. If you are not a Biafran, you will not know what the Biafrans are facing. If you are not a Biafran, you cannot tell our story. Only the Biafran people can tell their story and let you know exactly what is going on. Wherever you are as a Biafran, do not be distracted and do not be deceived. Do not be carried away with what you see or what you hear. Continue to be focused. Don't allow any blackmail or propaganda to take you away from the things that are before you. We have responsibilities. There are things we must do, and there are things we must not do. As a Biafran, you must always remain focused. Focus on the truth and nothing but the truth. Always know that you are not a Nigerian. Always remember that. Know that you are not a Nigerian. It doesn't matter what you hear, always remember that you are not a Nigerian and will never ever be. The more you continue to convince yourself that you are a Nigerian, the more you continue to make yourself part of Nigeria, you are setting yourself up for destruction. I have said this several times, that the greatest way you can protect and defend yourself as a Biafran is to take up your identity as a Biafran. Immediately you wear your identity as a Biafran, your enemy will run away from you. But the moment you continue to pretend and run away from whom you are exposing yourself to danger. And I bet you, what is going to come upon you, you might not be able to survive it. You might not be able to survive it. Chukwu Okikabia, who gave us life, has a reason why he kept us up to today. And today, at that we have realized why he made us to be part of that show. It is to save human beings, to save Africa. And today, the sons of Biafra have answered that call, and they are going ahead to save the Biafra people. We will do everything humanly possible to see that our people are saved. No amount of blackmail or propaganda will stop us from seeking for our freedom. And I believe that the contraption called Nigeria and the handlers, they can see it very clearly. That the Biafrans of today are not like the ones you saw in 1967. 1967, we were taken unaware. Our eternal leader, Deep Odmogoju, was fighting a defensive war. We had no army when they came against us. Everything we got was in the midst of the war. But I tell you, in 2024, Biafrans are prepared. We are more than prepared. And what is going to hit Nigeria is going to be like a hurricane. They will never survive it. They will never, ever survive it. I know, just like the stubborn Pharaoh, who was told to let the children of Israel go, several times he refused until the plague came upon them. Even after the plague came upon them, they left and later they chased them again to the sea, where they were all swallowed. Biafrans, get prepared. It is not going to be a child's play. It's not going to be an easy work. But we must remain consistent and resolute. Because at the end of the day, we are going to win. There's no doubt. I have no doubt. Failure is not in our dictionary. Failure can never be considered. Because the person in charge of the restoration of Biafra is Chukwu Okekare himself. It is his project. We are just an instrument in his hand to bring his kingdom on the planet Earth. Nobody can go against his God in a wrestling battle and win. No one can go against his God in a wrestling battle and win. No, you cannot. The earlier those of you want Nigerians accept the fact that Biafrans are gone, the better for you. It's going to save you a lot of heartache. And for the IPOB Nigeria who have sent over their dead body, who are also fighting head up to regain relevance, I'm sorry for you, because you have already destroyed yourself, and more destruction is going to come upon you. You are trying to drag yourself back into the struggle by all means possible, including lying. And I pity those who are listening to you. Every Biafran, wherever you are, you should know that the Biafra Republic of Exile, under our Prime Minister Mazi Samuel Ekpa and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi, is not recruiting any military anyway. The IPOB in Nigeria has gone ahead to be circulating forms of recruitment. They say they are recruiting the Biafran army. There is no recruitment of Biafran army anywhere. Fellow Biafrans, be warned. If you join them, you are gone. Because they're going to hand you over. They will definitely hand you over. We know that there are so many Biafrans who are willing, genuinely, to fight for their nation. We have a good number of Biafrans who are volunteering. I have so many people calling me online. So many people are reaching out to me on how to join the defense force. But I have always told them that there is no recruitment going on anywhere. Whenever there is recruitment, the Prime Minister of Biafra, will announce it himself. Whenever there is a recruitment, the Prime Minister himself will be the one to announce it. But as it stands today, we have more than enough men. The only problem we have today is how to be able to sustain the men we have, make provision for them. That is the only challenge we have. how to keep the men we have, sustain them and make provision and make sure they get everything they need. That is the only area we have concern and no other area. So my fellow Biafran that are watching anywhere you're watching from, I urge you to pay attention. Don't get distracted. Do not be deceived by any idiot anywhere. No recruitment is going on. The Biafra Republic of Nigeria is not recruiting anybody, any army, anywhere. The Liberation Army is not recruiting. The Resistance Fighters is not recruiting. The Black Marine is not recruiting. And our strike force, of course, are not recruiting. There is no recruitment anywhere. If you are eager to join the Liberation Army, wait. When the time comes, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Nigeria will announce it by himself. You are going to see it on his platform, written bold. You're going to see him speak about it. Anything you didn't hear from Master Manepa is not happening. Any information that does not emerge from the Biafra Republic of Nigeria, from their media, or from Master Manepa is not happening. Whenever you hear any rumor, take your time. Visit the platforms of Biafra Republic of Nigeria. Visit the platform of our Prime Minister on X. Scroll down and check. If you do not find such information there, it doesn't exist. Anything we don't talk about doesn't exist. No this and no peace. We have come to a stage where we must focus on our freedom. We have gone through a lot in the past. And in the present time, I will urge every Biafran to be pleased, focus. Don't get distracted. Be focused. We have gone through this road in the past from 1967. We passed this road and we are going through that road again. All you have to do is to be steadfast and be strong. Don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. Pay attention to the Biafra Republic of Nigeria. Every information you need, you are going to get it there. As long as you are committed and paying attention, you will never be taken unawares. You will never, ever be taken unawares. As long as you are genuine, doing what you are supposed to do. We continue to guide you, protect you, and show you the direction to go. But for those who are not paying attention, those who are not following up, we have nothing to say to them. We can't make excuses for them. You can take the horse to the river, but you cannot force the horse to drink the water. That is how life is. Those who have chosen a different path, so be it for them. But you that have chosen the path of freedom, continue to be consistent. It is a question of time. Just few days to go. Just few time. And you will find yourself in a free land where you can be able to express yourself the way you want. You're welcome, my beloved brother Chukuma. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning from my side here.
You're welcome, my brother.
Can you hear me?
Thank you for joining.
Yes. It has been so long,
Welcome.
honestly. It has been so. I miss you people well, honestly. You know.
I understand, my brother. It's not easy. You are doing your best. We appreciate the ones you're doing.
Honestly, it didn't come to a stage if I didn't go out, come up from my territory, I will not get any service. So, but I normally end up in Twitter, in X, doing the mental, liking, hearing. Honestly, brother, I'm happy to be with you this morning. It has been my heart desire to join you always, as I normally do. But I believe within a short period of time, all these things will be over. I will return back as I am before. I know I want to change the location and change anything. Do things, require time and money. So I'm doing it gradually. So very soon everything will be over. I'll be coming up. And today's program, the last day, nobody will deny it. Everybody will understand with what is going on. Nigeria is not something that designed for human being, for the indigenous people that make up Nigeria. Nigeria is just designed for economic purpose of Westerner, mostly British and Europeans. And that is why you see killing, dying, all manner of evil going on. Nobody is talking. They will pay social media to cover it. The one that will afraid them, social media will echo it like say it has not happened before. But worse than that is happening. So that is the easiest way of us. And I'm happy that many that thought that this thing is impossible are seeing it that it's possible. Those that think that as the hood Mazen Namek and everything will be over, they now realize that they made a terrible mistake in their life. Holding that young man doesn't stop anything. Rather, it triggered the thing. So you see that the last day is fast approaching. It's fast approaching. And they are doing everything possible if they can stop us, which is impossible. How can they call my PM a terrorist? I asked my people on Twitter that they forgotten that they charge our leader treason and terrorism, treason, funny and terrorism. So this is things you will see in the zoo called Nigeria. Once you spoke the truth, government will come after you. But one thing baffles me. Check Kumi and Lesa Pantami, those people that are in fact, not sympathizers, they are the real terrorists, defending terrorists, talking about their welfare. Nobody is coming after them. They just talk against the killing that is going on. They will come after the person. So this is to show every sensible human being, every reasonable human being that Nigeria is getting, in fact, is at the final stage of disintegration. Every indigenous people go back your different way. Protect yourself. If you want to continue with the Fulani terrorists, it is up to you. But those that mean well, those that have future, those that have what it takes to live as a human being that Chukwuka have created on this planet, have their own way of life. So we can't mingle ourselves with evil. We are the children of light, and we must lead so that others will follow. That is why they focus on us. That is why they focus on us. I want to tell our people that these things that they are seeing that happening in our place, happen in old Delta State and old Biafra and every other places, is to show you that we are the light. White man know. Civilization started from our land. They know. Rather, they come to destroy that which is working perfectly before. And we are fighting to restore it back. So, we are in last day in Nigeria. So, everybody should make up his mind. A lot of atrocity will still come. Like what is going on. Our PM have said it. We are not recruiting anybody. No recruitment of any kind. I know that they are not tired. They are not. They will still find one way or the other because they are fake. They are not core. Their duty is just to destroy and counter what the genuine ones are doing. But if you are mental and if you are mental tough enough, if your mentality is tough enough to understand, you don't need anybody to tell you that this is real or this is not real, because the spirit is there directing you. Because he may be him more, just like our leader normally say. If you are not in spirit, you don't understand. So that is why I normally tell our people, always make sure that you are available 70 or 80, at least 60% in spiritual reading, so that you will understand most of things that are happening physical. Because if all your life being, you are just 80% physical, 20% spiritual, my brother, you need to understand. But if you are at least 60, 70, 80% in spiritual realm, you will understand what is going on physical. You know that something is heading somewhere and something is about to happen. Just like our leader always say. And there's nothing he has said that has not come to pass. Mind you, I want to congratulate you people for making sure that you have satellite, Biafra TV, channels have come up. And I thank you for putting me in. This is one of the heart desire of our leader, but he doesn't have the opportunity to implement all those things. That's why I go care them and say, my son, I will allow them to do this to you, but there's someone that will implement all these things. And our PM is fast approaching those things that is required. And our passport has come out. I saw it. We're waiting for other things to be fixed. So thank you, my brothers and sisters. People are making us proud. While we are in the home, are supporting people through prayer and other things we can. Because it's not easy. Thank you, my brother, for giving me the platform.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that wonderful contribution as always. You have always made a very solid and very powerful contribution. Whenever we don't see you, we miss you a lot. But we know that the challenges are not easy. We are all facing challenges on different places, more especially where you are. It is not easy. It's not easy. Anybody say that it's easy, let him come and try. It's not easy. So many of us that are speaking out today outside the country, even if we found ourselves in that zone, we might not be able to speak. We might not even have the boldness or the capacity to show up. But because we found ourselves outside the shores of the nation, we have that opportunity. So when you see somebody who is speaking from the war front, you must have to respect that very person. It's not easy. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. And every other person that is watching out there, we need to be watching out for each other. Appreciate everyone for their contributions. Every one of us have something you can do. Begin to do your own part. Just like we are still embarking on our self-referendum. The self-referendum is still going on. And I believe there are still people today, up to today, people are still calling me to ask for link. That means there are still some people who have not gotten the information. There are still some people that have not yet gotten the information. Up to today, some people are still calling me to look for link. So we must have to continue to remind people about this self-referendum. We must continue. Remind everybody around you, anybody around you that is up to 18 and above, 18 years and above, whether your friend, whether your relative, your close associate, or your neighbor, as long as that person is a Biafra, make sure that they cast their vote. It is something we must do. And if you have not applied for the convention in Finland, go and apply if you can afford it. If you are financially okay and you can afford to go to Finland, please do not hesitate, more especially people living in other countries. If you can afford it, do it now, because the chances are limited. Only 1,000 people will be allowed. Only 1,000 people. So if you want to be part of that history, go now and apply and wait for your approval. Where do you apply? You can apply online on biafransecurityadministration.com. Just go to Google, you type biafransecurityadministration.com.org. You now get the link and you can be able to make a decision. The same thing with the Biafran ID card. You can apply for your ID card there also. But that ID card is for only the people living abroad. Only people living abroad can apply for that ID card, not for people in Biafran land, for security reasons. People in Biafran land, their own time is going to come as soon as everything has been done. Our passport, the diagram of the passport is ready, the booklet is ready, everything about it. Our passport is completely ready. We are only waiting for the right time. After our recognition by United Nations, then the printing of the passport and people begin to get their passport will start. But for now, the collection of data is going on. For those who want to apply, go and apply, more especially for that ID card. If you're living outside Biafra, go and apply. And if you're applying, very, very important, a message that came from the minister that is in charge of that very department. The message is that if you want to apply, make sure that the picture you are sending for the ID card is a professional picture. A professional picture, the same picture is acceptable professionally. You must follow that direction. It must be don't use your phone and snap on any kind of picture. Professional passport photograph. That is what you said. And if you have applied and you know that the passport you send is not a professional one, go and edit it and they apply again, because it will not be approved, it will not be accepted. If you have applied for that ID card and you do not use a professional photograph, professional ID card, go and apply again, edit it and apply again. And if you are not applied yet, you want to apply, you have the opportunity to go and apply now. And while you apply, make sure that you apply with a professional photograph. Remember, the Biafran coin is ongoing. Biafrans are investing heavily on Biafran coin. And our Prime Minister have announced, is it 18%? Let me check. Some percentage have been given off for people who are investing on crypto in Biafran coin. I think it's 18% interest. 18% interest. Let me check so that I will be very, very sure about the interest. For people who are investing, 18% interest. So we have to be very, very up and doing. This is a very wonderful development for every Biafran. 18% interest, 18% return for everyone that have invested. 18% return. That is what the Biafran government is giving. That is what the Biafra is giving. So if you have not, please go in and join the moving train so that you can receive your own. Biafrans are investing and doing what they are supposed to do. And there is a warning that came again. There's a warning that has been sent by our Prime Minister. There's a warning that came from our Prime Minister. This is a signal that came. He said, if you are following this very account, if you are following it, you must beware. It is scam. It is not from Biafra Republic of Exile. It is not. I'm going to try and bring it up so that I can show you clearly, so that people will be able to know it. The Prime Minister have given that warning that if you are following this account, you are following scammer. This is not official USBT X page. You know, the scammers are already following, they are already opening their own account. They are opening a good account. There is a page that is being opened. They say it is opened on Twitter. A Twitter account opened, they say USBT Biafran coin. There is nothing like USBT Biafran coin official page yet. If you are following that page, you are following a scammer. Better withdraw yourself now. This is the page. I don't know whether if you can see it clearly. If you can see it clearly, this is the page. If you are following this page on Twitter, if you are following this page on Twitter, you are on the wrong path. You better go and withdraw yourself from it now. It is a scam. This is a scammer. If you are following any of those, this kind of page, you are following it on Twitter, it is a scam. The Biafran have not opened the official X platform yet. The official X platform has not been launched. It is going to be released by the Prime Minister himself. If you are following any platform like this that claims to be for Biafran coin on Twitter, on X, run for your life. They are not there for you. It is a scam. And the earlier you know this, the better. You know, the Zoological Republic where we are walking away from is filled up with scammers. They have already, even before the Biafran coin was launched, they opened different platforms claiming to be for Biafran coin. That is why the warning continues to come. Whenever you are dealing with it, make sure you are dealing from the right side, from the Bank of Biafra. If you want to make any inquiry, go to our site directly and make your inquiry. There are places you ask questions, there are calls, numbers have been given. So many call numbers have been given out. Numbers have been given out for you to make inquiry. Numbers in Europe, numbers in Biafra land, numbers in Africa, numbers in Asia. I have posted those numbers. I call those numbers on this my platform. We posted it. Go to the platform of our Prime Minister on the S platform. You will see the numbers you will call for inquiries, for help. Don't just follow anybody and get yourself into trouble. You can see that the scammers are already working and they are pulling out different kind of strings. You must be very, very careful. You must be very, very careful where you are putting your money. If you are dealing with Biafran coin, make sure you follow the right platform. That very platform on X now, it is not the official platform. When the official platform is opened, our Prime Minister is going to post it and you are going to see it. Be warned. Fellow Biafran that are watching, every one of us must remain consistent. We must remain focused and we must not be distracted. Do not allow any distraction from the enemies to get you. No matter how they try to distract you, do not get distracted. Be always focused because we are going home and we are in the last days of Biafra. In the zoo, we are in the last days of Biafra in the zoo. Every Biafran should know that we are in the last days of our stay in the zoo. So prepare yourself and get yourself ready. So before we proceed on, because I'm going to be rounding up very soon, I want to play a reminding video to remind us of some situation that we have passed before and is still coming back again. I want to play some videos for us to be able to meditate over it.
You cannot go to Sambisa forest and fish out every criminal, Fulani criminal, from the forest and then put them in some camp. And after 3 weeks, they usher them out and give them a white shirt and present them to the country as repentant terrorists. Have you ever heard of such thing? They say they've repented. They put them in the army, gave them AK-47, gave them a uniform, and sent them to the eastern region of Nigeria to kill the Biafran people. And these are the things that every human being should be alarmed. That's why we are appealing to you. Those that are here, your friends, your associates, whomever you know that is in the government, this injustice must go far and wide until justice is done. And we are not going to relent.
You have heard that. Don't forget, the same people that are tagging our Prime Minister today, declaring our Prime Minister wanted, calling him a terrorist, they are the ones that are sponsoring terrorists by themselves. The same government sponsors terrorists. The same government, they catch the terrorists that have stolen, they have taken lives, they have stolen lands. They have not even recovered the land that they took away. The land that the Boko Haram have taken, they take the land from the people in the village and take over the land. The land has not been recovered. And they will tell you that they are repentant Boko Haram. And they will bring them, put them to their military, put them to their police, even be paying them salaries. The land that they stole has not been recovered. The life they've lost have not been, no sorry for them, no normal burial for them yet. And this country continues to sponsor this evil. At the same time, they will have the guts to open their mouth and talk against our Prime Minister and begin to share flyers to demonize our Prime Minister. Biafrans are not stupid. We are not stupid. The whole world is watching and observing. Every intimidation you bring against us, we are going to come harder on you and even harder. This issue has not started today. We have passed this road before, and we are still going to pass through it again.
In this edition of Back in History, we take you back in time to the names of the countries that recognized and gave support to Biafra. For Lieutenant Colonel Emeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, the head of state of Biafra, these countries were the true friends of Biafra. But for Lieutenant Colonel Yakubu Gowon, head of state of Nigeria, these countries were the real enemies of Nigeria. It was a war of many intrigues, and the war raged on from 1967 to 1970. The first country that gave recognition to Biafra was Tanzania. This was done on the 13th day of April 1968. At that time, Julius Nyerere was the president of Tanzania. This was Biafra's first recognition in 11 months since the commencement of hostilities, and the recognition meant so much to Ojukwu and to Biafra as a whole. So much of it was said on Radio Biafra and published in several newspapers across the continent. The statement of recognition was made public on behalf of the government of Tanzania by C.M. Gonja, then Tanzania's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. This recognition was followed by public statements made by President Julius Nyerere himself in his justification of the decision of his government to formally recognize Biafra as an independent state. He stated amongst others as follows, quote, "What right have we, in the name of unity, to refuse to recognize the fact of Biafra? For years, the people of that state struggled to maintain unity with the other people in the Federation of Nigeria. Even after the pogroms of 1966, they tried to work out a new form of unity which would guarantee their safety. They have demonstrated by 10 months of bitter fighting that they have decided upon a new political organization and are willing to defend it. Tanzania has recognized the state of Israel and will continue to do so because its belief is that every person must have some place in the world where they are not liable to be rejected by their fellow citizens. But the Biafrans have now suffered the same kind of rejection within their states, the same thing that the Jews of Germany experienced. Fortunately, they already had a homeland. They have retreated to it for their own protection, and for the same reasons, after all other efforts had failed, they have declared it to be an independent state. We therefore recognize the state of Biafra as an independent sovereign entity and as a member of the Committee of Nations. Only by this act of recognition can we remain true to our conviction that the purpose of society and of all political organization is the service of man." End of quote. You can find this quote in the document titled Government of the United Republic of Tanzania, Case for Recognition of Biafra, New York, United Republic of Tanzania Mission to the United Nations, April 13, 1968. Ojukwu and the leaders of Biafra were excited about this endorsement from no less a person but Dr. Julius Nyerere, whose voice had become well known in domestic and international discussions on issues of governance in general and on the destiny of the African continent. Dr. Julius Nyerere received applause from Biafrans in Biafra and those in the diaspora. But the federal government of Nigeria was disappointed in Dr. Julius Nyerere and Tanzania for the endorsement of Biafra. Nigeria's military head of state, Yakubu Gowon, described the endorsement as ill-advised and reckless, and as his show of resentment, he immediately recalled Nigeria's ambassador to Tanzania and severed diplomatic ties with Tanzania. The war went on between Nigeria and Biafra, and for many months after the endorsement of Biafra by Tanzania, the war did not end, but Tanzania did not withdraw their support and endorsement of Biafra. The second country that gave recognition to Biafra was Gabon. This was announced on the 8th day of May 1968. In his public declaration of support for the independent state of Biafra, President Omar Bongo stated as follows at a press conference, quote, "We, the people of Gabon, hereby recognize Biafra. Biafra still exists. For those who don't believe, saying that Biafra is no more, for us, Biafra still exists as long as the negotiation is..."
You can see, I played this very video to remind most of us where we are coming from. To remind us where we are coming from. Some of us don't understand. When we talk about the issue of Biafra, some people think that we just wake up today and begin to talk about it. And some people think it is just a wishful thinking in our head. Just some people used to say that Biafra is a thing of the mind. They say it's a state of mind. That Biafra is, some of them will record, they say we are all Biafra. We are not all Biafra. Biafra is a state that has been before recognized and continue to be. And in this time that we are in, our Prime Minister Masanga made it clear that more recognitions this time around from Europe is going to come. And from the convention in Finland, we are going to be seeing more recognitions. Fellow Biafrans, we are in the last days in that contraption called Nigeria. Prepare yourself and pick up your identity if you must overcome the trials that is ahead. You're welcome, my beloved brother Maxwell. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Go on and speak to Biafrans, my beloved brother.
Thank you so much, Mazi Chooks. May the God of my ancestors and the God of my mother's ancestral land be with you and everything that you represent. I say good morning to all well-meaning Biafrans, the genuine agitators. Good morning to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I pray for God's protection upon his life wherever he is. The same thing goes to the Prime Minister, and I also pray that that small, tiny country, Schengen country, Finland, that is giving our Prime Minister a place of abode and protection, may not fail us, the Biafrans. May God continue to strengthen them to wangle their way in the midst of the globalists and stand firm in supporting what is right, which also they fought for their own liberation in the hands of Russia and the globalists as at that time. Thank you so much for having me. I just came in to see this. I think you are over 1 hour now. You've been broadcasting. I didn't see you on time. I am so sorry to have come in now, to prolong your stay here. But all the same, our God knows it all. When you look at where we are coming from, we are a nation that was truncated. If what General Achampong of Ghana did, of my own country, did in a place they call Eburu in eastern region of Ghana, just less than 2 hours from Accra, from the center, from the capital city, Accra, to Eburu in eastern region, it's not up to 3 hours. The place they had the conference is a garden, a very beautiful resort. That was where they had that peace accord, which they truncated, the Nigerian government truncated, with the influence of a particular prince from the South, today known as South. If that man were to, I don't know if that man was still alive, that prince, if he were to be alive today, he could have seen what is going on today. He would be slapping himself on the cheek for what he did that time. Freedom. Absolutely. Agreed that most of the military boys as at that time committed some kind of grievous mistakes in taking power. Look, as a former military officer, I never I am not a subscriber to military coup, because I know the implication of military coup when it comes to a country. Your constitution will be set aside, number one. Number two, they will rule you with a decree. In fact, let's bring it to a layman's. When they ask you to sleep, you sleep. When they ask you to wake up, you wake up. Whatever they say stands. They don't need opposition at all. You witness it in Nigeria and other places. When military, unfortunately took over power from the civilians. Ojukwu came here in my own country, and agreed, and both of them agreed. Both agreed. Supposing what they agreed in a Buri, eastern region of Ghana, was implemented when they got home, there would be no reason for war. We wouldn't have lost anybody. We would not have lost over 5 million people. properties, and wealth of the Biafran people destroyed. Even at the end of it, irrespective of the amount you have in your bank account, they collected it with the demonic policy of Awolowo. They collected all your money and gave you and remit 20 pounds. And that 20 pounds, see, when you look at what has happened, where we come from, there is no sensible Biafran that will have the joy to look at that contraption called Nigeria. What I witnessed and what I saw when I was active in the military made me to have a second thought about that country. And the reason, some of the things that were happening that time were the reasons why I left the way I left. There is no sensible Biafra that will look. The reason why they take out history from you is for you not to know what the atrocities they committed against the innocent people at that time. And when our elites, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu called them, the intellectuals, as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu called them intellectuals, intellectuals, honest intellectuals, like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu called them. They look at all these things, they weigh into it, they read them, they see them, they witness it. In fact, today they have not stopped. And you begin to, send, the hands of love and friendship to a known enemy that is not even ready to take you back as one of their own. Then you will know that there is no reason to work with such an entity. Hence, the reason why we do what we do today. I will support anything that is going to free my mother's ancestral land. I will support anything, no matter how it is, even if it is a demon, a devil that is, steering it, I will support it. As long as it's geared towards my own advantage, I will support it. And the advantage of my people, my mother's ancestral land. And this is what we must do. There are so many distractions. There are so many people, infiltrators everywhere, because we know what they can do. I know what they can do. What these people cannot do, the secret services of that country cannot do, is not known to earth. I am telling you, if you listen to that Navy Commodore, Olawumi, is it Olawumi, on Arise TV a few days ago, you will know the kind of dangerous job that we do when we were there. Strike forces, special forces, and the rest of them. They are not limited to Nigeria alone, unless they don't want to. Even way back 1983, they did it. They entered the UK, they created Umaru Diko, unknown to anybody. If not that the house where he was under surveillance, UK wouldn't have known when they took that man away from their own country. A developed country like him, like you. They did the same thing to Delegiwa. The first letter bomb, I think, in Africa was served to Delegiwa because he wanted to expose the criminality of the evil genius IBB in Nigeria. He was letter bombed. This is what they do. There are so many that you can talk about today. Kudrat Abiola, how did he die? Sasuwan, how did he die? If you listen to that retired Navy officer, in fact, they were planning to go and take out someone again in Brazil. If you listen to that interview in Arise, when he was bragging on what they can do. So I I'm using this opportunity to tell our people, as long as Lord God Almighty, the creator of heaven and earth and the creator of where you call Biafra today is alive, Akachidia, we will succeed. And there is nothing they are going to do to us. We are not fighting anybody. We are not going to take people's land. We are not going to displace people. We are not killing people. We are not there. What we ask is the freedom to go and live on our own. And that is not a crime in any known law or regulation or conventions of this world. That is what we ask. And to protect our land from invaders that are running riot in places like Benue and the entire north. Was it on Friday? So many of our students were captured on East-West Road in Uele, in Delta State, old Delta State. Up to today, they have not heard about them. And the kidnappers have demanded, I think, 10 million naira. That is what we go through. And when we speak to you that you are one, the same way they treated their brother, you call the Igbos, is the same way they are going to treat you. Because you as well are called Nyamini. You said, no, we are not this, we are not this. You never lived, you never had the experience I had in the north. You will not say that. For most of us that live there, that had our experience over there, will tell you that even if you are an Ibibio man, even if you are an Asian man, they will treat you the same way they treat an average Igbo man. Some of them were shouting, I am not Igbo, I am not Igbo, during the Sharia attack in the north. But they were taken as well. If not, the actions of the soldiers as at that time, majority could have been, taken away, just like the way they used to do. But you sit down there, oh, I'm not Igbo, I'm Eja, I'm Urobo, I'm Asian, I'm Efik. They will look at you and laugh at you. They say, oh, you are the same people. And they will deal with you. Make the same atrocity they made to your own brother that you are denying. The earlier our people recognize that you are one, that needs to join hands to fight together to chase this wave out of our compound, the earlier for you. And if you continue to divide yourself and play to the cards of the Caliphate North, you are doomed. And the reason why they have not exacted their power, their demonic power, like they did in the North, is the existence of the Igbo-speaking Biafrans, because they are many, they are wealthy, and they are very, very resilient when it comes to defending their land. The other people are in the minority. You will be a walk in the park when these people, God forbid, the Igbo-speaking tribe of Biafra is overrun. You will be a walk in the park. I plead with you people to join hands together. Coastal areas, forget about the differences that happened in the past. Whatever that has happened, come together and chase that big elephant out of the compound. After that, decide on what you are going to live and how you are going to live. Anybody that says no to that, after that, I will be campaigning, I will become another Mazen Nambekano or Simon Ekpa. For you people, let's chase out that demons from the house and come back home and decide. If all of us agree to live together, no problem. Just like Mazen Nambekano said. That is why I said Mazen Nambekano is, yes, he's a human being, but I have seen no fault in him whatsoever. He said, once Biafra comes, you will decide how you are going to live. If you don't want to be their own republic, go and be your own republic. As long as we are not under the influence of the Caliphate North. I thank you so much for having me. My Chukwu Okike I'm a blessed fellow.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much, my brother and comrade. I appreciate you for that amazing remark. It is a wonderful one and a very inspiring one. Thank you so much. You have given us the closing remark. I have nothing more to say again. I think my beloved brother has said it all, and I really appreciate his presence. Whenever he comes online, he energizes me and gives me more strength to go on. Fellow Biafran that is watching, wherever you are watching from, I appreciate every one of you. You have had the message from my beloved brother. I have nothing to add for it. He has said everything we need to hear. All you have to do is to open your ears and do the needful. Remember, we are in the last days in that contraption called Nigeria. We are in the last days. If you are a Biafran, prepare yourself to go home. Get prepared. Every necessary things you need to get you prepared are always available. It is left for you to key in and do the needful. Do what you have to do. Do what you have to do. Don't fold your hands. Do what every one of us has a role to play. Protect yourself. Defend yourself. Support the Liberation Army. Support the Prime Minister. Give your support to the Biafra Republic of Nigeria and prepare yourself. We are going home. No man born of a woman is going to stop us. I appreciate every one of you that have joined. Thank you so much for being part of this program. May Chukwu Okike Abia Magara and protect you. May Chukwu Okike Abia Magara and protect our Liberation Army, the resistance fighters, the Black Marine, the Strike Force. May Chukwu Okike Magara and protect all our media warriors. God and protect the de facto government in the homeland. God and protect every member of the cabinet. May Chukwu Okike Magara and protect our Prime Minister, Master Simon Epa. May Chukwu Okike Magara and protect him, secure him, give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. May Chukwu Okike Abia Magara and protect our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano. Give him good health, strength, revelations. May he be protected. I appreciate every one of you for being part of this program. May Chukwu Okike Abia continue to guide and protect us. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. We move airborne.
Asulangongo, Musogi. maka Biafra.